Buckle up, friends, because I've got an exciting story to tell you. So since I'm a writer, technically, that means I have to do a lot of computer work. And there's also a lot of like back-end stuff that goes into that. And so one day I was on the phone with a girl who was helping me with some of the back-end stuff. And I was complaining to her about how long it was taking me because I was working off of a tablet and not off of an actual computer. And I was just like, I'm so sorry. This would be 10 times quicker if I was on a real computer, but I don't have one. I got to make it work, yada, yada. And so she goes, why don't you just ask God for a computer? And she proceeds to tell me this story about how she had asked God for a computer and she got a nice one for the free. And I was just like, I mean, I never thought of it that way because it's not like I need one. Like, I can make it work, It's just that I want one because it would make things easier. And she was just like, Caitlin, God cares about the things we want too. And I was like, yeah, you're right. And so she stopped what she was doing and she prayed with me right then and there that I would get a new computer. After we hung up that phone call, I went and looked up computers and picked out one I wanted. And it was top of the line, like expensive. And so I'm looking at this computer and all the money that it would cost. And I'm like, okay, God, if you care about this kind of stuff, then I want to know. I want to know that that's something that you deem as valuable and worth the investment. And so I would like to ask for this computer. Never thought about it again. Didn't, completely out of my mind. Then yesterday, my husband comes home and he's like, babe, you need to download this app for business stuff. It helps you track all of your expenses and your income and tells you how much you're going to owe on taxes for the year. So I download this app and I input all of my stuff and it tells me that I'm only going to owe a few $100s in taxes. Well, I had been setting a percentage of my income aside since January because I thought taxes were going to be super expensive. I don't know what I'm doing. I've never been self-employed like this before. Never made money doing it. So I don't know what to do. So it turns out that all of the money that I had set aside for taxes was the exact amount that I would need for that computer. But it gets better because I go online and I check how much that computer is and it's $400 off. And not only that, but if I trade in my old tablet, I get an extra $300 off. So today, I bought myself a new computer, and I have the exact amount that I need still in that account to pay my taxes. But wait, there's more. I've also been praying for new clothes because I'm postpartum, Well, I had my daughter 3 years ago, but it takes my body a while. Anyway, my body's finally starting to get back to normal and I have no clothes that fit. I have the basics and that's it. So I've been praying for new clothes, and then when I was going to pay for the computer, I was trying to put it on my business credit card. And for some reason, that card thought that it was fraudulent and so they declined the purchase, which means I had to use my Old Navy card, which I use for everyday purchases, so that I can get the rewards point. Because if you didn't know, Old Navy is stupid generous with their rewards. So now the rewards points from that very expensive computer purchase, along with the Old Navy bonus points that they do quarterly, means I can go on a shopping spree. And in my mind, all of this is free because that money had already been spent in my head. So girl math, it's all free. And then my husband this morning was helping a buddy get his truck hooked up to the camper. And the guy accidentally smashed my husband's phone under the hood of the car. And so my husband had to get a new phone. And he goes to the store. And I said, okay, God, if you can get me a brand new computer and new clothes, you can get Josh a phone for free. So I prayed for my husband to get a phone for free. And then he comes home from the store and he was like, it's the strangest thing. They said I had insurance on that phone. I don't ever remember buying insurance. My husband doesn't buy protection plans for anything, ever. So he got basically a brand new phone for a very, very small fee, rather than having to pay a lot of money for a brand new phone. And y'all want to tell me God's not real? I'm not listening.